This is a nothing phone. Yes, you heard that right. It is so popular right now. Just in few years of launching the product, they have already done $500 million in annual revenue. And they have already crossed over $1 billion in revenue. And most of the sales actually came from India, Germany, and also a little bit in US as well. And they did it very, very differently than any other company would. They actually have spent little to no money on advertising. And you'll be surprised the way they were able to make it happen. See, I do a deep dive into marketing strategies of many companies, and today we have nothing.com, a unique cell phone design that is competing with Apple and Samsung right now, and they're doing it very differently. And the founder, Carl Pei, is a very interesting character to say the least. So we're gonna talk about the Nothing cell phone and the marketing strategy of them in this video. I have personally done over 20 to 30 million dollars in revenue, and I have grown multiple companies. I own multiple different companies, and I'm always looking out for different marketing strategies that works and that does not work. And when I heard about Nothing phone for the first time, the design, the marketing strategy, how I heard about it, how the people were talking about it, everything was unique about it, right? So I thought I had to make a video about it. So that's why we're making a video today about Nothing. So Nothing is founded by a guy named Carl Pei, and he was actually the founder of OnePlus. If you don't know, you can see on my screen, OnePlus is a cell phone as well, and they launched back in 2014, and it was a huge hit as well. Nowadays, cell phone have just kind of become the same thing. They have not evolved as much. They're kind of the same thing that used to be back in 2014, right? They are just slightly better than what they were, but it kind of looks the same. iPhone for the last 10 times looks the same thing. It just has a new camera now, right? So they made it faster, they made it better, they made it longer, they made it bigger, they made it shorter, right? But it kind of looks the same thing. The founder, Carl, talks about how he wants to feel like a Christmas morning, like he's opening a present and there is something new, something exciting. And he talks about how the cell phone industry has gotten boring. How if you open the package, it is kind of the same thing, right? So he wanted to change that. That's why he founded a company, Nothing. And when you look at Nothing cell phone, it is unique. The way it looks, the design, the backlight, the operating system, right? And even the pricing. The pricing is super cheap as well. Cheap compared to Apple and Samsung, right? It is super affordable to a lot of people. And it is super unique and super nice as well. And this is not just something that they're saying. They don't want to just bring back the phone. They're not just telling the story. It is kind of reflective on their cell phone as well, on their pricing as well, and the way they're doing marketing as well. They're doing a unique style of marketing. They're not spending anything on paid ads. They're not running any TV ads, right? They're not running any Netflix ad. They're not doing any of that. I heard about Nothing from a short. It was just a organic short. Somebody was saying the short, right? And I also heard about Marcus, the tech YouTuber, also talked about this Nothing cell phone. He likes to talk about new tech. So he talked about that as well, which went viral. He already has millions of followers, but it did went viral as well. So, and people started talking about it. So they are doing a traditional marketing, just referrals, making a great product and getting the word out, which I thought was very, very interesting. The next thing is the design first philosophy, right? So again, I talked about the design, but if you see the design, the back of the phone is very, very unique. When somebody calls your phone, the back starts lighting up, right? Which is very, very unique, as well as the design as well. It is also very unique. So the things that I saw from the founder was that the phone itself is not profitable. They don't make money on the phone. They make money on the software. For example, when you have iPhone, you pay for the phone, but when you are using the App Store, you also pay for the apps as well. Yes, there are a lot of free apps, but you also have to pay for some apps, right? So they don't have to make money on the phone. They can make money on the app as well, on the App Store when you buy different things. And that's what he said he was going after, which is very interesting. They're trying to get the audience. They're trying to capture the heart of the new audience with the phone. They're trying to sell it for as much as they make. So they're not trying to make any profit on the phone, and they're trying to make profit on the back end, which is very interesting idea. And I think that is going to make this legacy company like Apple and Microsoft and Google and Samsung to innovate, right? Because they have to start competing with Nothing, right? The next thing about their approach is a community centric. So they have done many things within their community. The first time they launched it within their network, within their sphere of influence, within their creators that they like, right? So they allowed people to make videos about it. They were also leaking the content, like they were giving some sneak peek for the creators to talk about. They were trying to create the buzz, right? So again, you don't see them running Apple ads. You don't see them running Facebook ads. You don't see them running Google ads, right? You see them mainly through shorts, mainly through other people making a content. Like I haven't seen a single ad about it, actually. So I think it is very, very community driven. And also from what I read, they also talk to their customers a lot. Like they're trying to get the feedback. They're trying to see what the customer need and what they should make the next, what they should be building the next, right? So I think it is very interesting with their approach in terms of how they have used the community to leverage the growth that they have. Again, they've already done $500 million and they're growing more. They have done over $1 billion. They're growing faster than ever. The approach is definitely working. So let's talk about the pricing of the phone. When you see nothing, you don't feel like it is a premium cell phone. It is definitely cheaper than Samsung and Apple, right? So in that sense, it does feel like a step down, but it is not a step down. It is not a super low quality phone as well. It is a step above. So they're kind of like in the middle, right? They're not expensive. They're not cheaper. And again, what I heard from the founder is that they're selling it for exactly how much it costs them to make. So they're not having any extra markup, right? Apple and nothing cost exactly the same amount of money to build those things. Whereas Apple charges you extra. Apple costs $500 to make, but they sell it for $1,000, right? Because they're trying to make profit. And they're a monopoly pretty much because there is only one Apple. There is only one iPhone, right? So if you want iPhone, you got to pay up, right? Whereas nothing, yes, there is only one nothing as well, but they're not charging you extra. It costs them $500 and they're selling it $500. Again, the reason is that they're trying to make money in the back end, not in the front end. They're trying to gain momentum. They're trying to get their brand name out there so that people can know and understand, right? So I think they have a unique positioning in the market that we haven't seen before, as well as many companies also separate their cheaper brand. Like you want to have a premium brand and you also want to have a cheaper brand, but you don't want to sell a cheaper stuff on the premium brand. It kind of devalues the brand value overall, right? So they have a cheaper brand called CMF, right? So all the product in CMF are also built by a brand called Nothing, but those are inherently cheaper. And you can buy cell phone and earbud and different things from CMF as well. So they're trying to go broad with their cheaper brand CMF, and they also have their premium brand as well, which is Nothing. So in terms of pricing, you'll see anywhere from $29 earbud to $200 cell phone to $500 cell phone to $800 cell phone. Compared to Apple, that is definitely cheaper. Apple can go up to $2,000 for iPhone if you max out all the features, right? It starts at $999, but it goes up to like $2,000, $3,000. Whereas Nothing starts with $200-$300, goes up to $800. So that is quite interesting and fascinating pricing strategy that I personally like, to be honest. And I'm personally considering of switching from Apple to Nothing to see how it feels like. So that's the story about Nothing.com. If you like it, let us know. We may make more video like those, as well as make sure to use the strategy that they're using. It is definitely working and people are definitely talking about it and they're definitely growing. So again, if you like more videos like this, let me know in the comment and I'll see you on the next video.